might have to press it. There we go. Yeah, you might have to press that okay there. Welcome, welcome. Peace and power, focusing on the upper body. So we're going to start in a child's pose. Welcome, Mary. So taking those knees wide, you can extend the arms forward or take the hands underneath the forehead. But think about reaching the sit bones back towards the heels here, lengthening through the lower back. And just settling into your space. You might wiggle around here. I always like to take my hips a little side to side in child's pose, or the head, rocking the head side to side. And if you haven't done so already, just deepening the breath here, taking a fuller breath in and a longer breath out. And if there's any positive words you can send to yourself here, or an affirmation you might be working with, or a quote of the week, you can always just bring it in here, starting with some positivity. We'll take another few breaths. And then go ahead, if your arms are not extended forward, go ahead and take those arms forward. And then we'll walk the hands over to the right. So a little side stretch here. Walking the hands over to the right, we'll reach a little further with that left hand, maybe even placing left on top of right, stretching the left side, lengthening there through the left side, reaching left sit bone towards left heel. Good morning, everyone. Hey, Cheryl. Oh yeah, it's Veterans Day. We have some people off work today, huh? Like, oh boy, yeah, Christina. Yes, day off. All right, on your next inhale, we'll walk those hands back to center, and then we'll take it over to the other side. So walking hands to the left, reach a little further with that right hand on top of left, if you'd like, a little more there. Just breathing into that side body. So we're focusing on upper body in this class for this month, all month long. So we'll be focusing more on the shoulders, the arm strength, and working up towards some fun inversions, or more the prep to the inversion, headstand prep, forearm stance prep, and always the option to come up into it as well. But that'll probably come more towards the end of the month, and we'll focus on building that strength here today. So go ahead, walk those hands back to center, and we'll come on up to a tabletop position. Let's move the spine, cat and cow. Inhale as you lift the heart, exhale as you round the back, and just move there a couple times. We're bringing our knees below the hips, the wrists below the shoulders. Getting that movement here, a couple more rounds. And then after your next exhale, finding a neutral spine, we're going to lean over to that right knee, right hand, and come into a modified side plank. So the left arm comes up, and we're just bringing that wrist underneath the shoulder, bottom wrist. And then the top arm, let's go ahead and circle it out. So getting that movement in the shoulder. This could be big circles or maybe a little smaller, but just getting that rotation here in this direction for 3, 2, and a 1. Let's circle the other way. Again, big circles or little circles or combination. Perfect. And then let's take that right arm and just drape it over the head and let the head kind of go to the towards the floor, just getting that side stretch, pushing up through the rib cage. One breath here. And release. Take it back to our tabletop position, and we'll take that to the other side. So leaning over to that left side, right arm comes up. We'll just take a breath here and then start that movement. So here we go, that top arm, start to circle as you're ready. This just feels so good. I'm just like, all right, one more time in this direction and then let's switch it. Sometimes I find myself drooling in yoga. Just the release feels so good. All right, this direction in 3, 2, and a 1. We'll take that arm over and just let the head fall down as that arm comes over, pressing the rib cage up, lengthening through that side body. Perfect for 3. Ooh, look at this full class today. 2, and a 1. Release. Take it back to our tabletop position, and then we'll take it into down dog. So walk the hands forward a couple inches. We'll tuck the toes, come up and back, find the down dog here. Or if that doesn't feel good in the body this morning, you could always come to child's pose again and take some breaths there. So down dog, we really spread our fingers wide. Lengthen the arms. Take the shoulder blades wide on the back. So talking about upper body strength, we really want to be engaged in the upper back here. So really strong in the shoulders, keeping the shoulder blades down and wide and extending through the arms. This will help us find this length in the spine and the stretch in the hamstrings. So just take another couple breaths here. You might pedal out the feet, bend the knees. And then from that down dog or child's pose, we're going to make our way forward into a plank position. Here we go, powering it up. Feel free to lower the knees here, but bring those shoulders over the wrists. Core nice and strong.
Hey, everybody. I think we lost Lindsay. Let me just double check. All right, give me a thumbs up if you can hear me. It's Sherry. Okay, I'm just going to go until she makes her way back in. So let's push it. I was wondering, I was like, we're in that plank forever. Let's press back into downward facing dog from here. And then we'll take a little bend of the knees, a shift of the gaze, and we'll walk our feet forward. Allow yourself to come into a nice forward fold. Let your arms just hang for a moment. I'm not in the best setup for you to be able to see me perfectly, so I'm going to try to make some adjustments there. Just take a couple of breaths here, letting all of that release happen through your shoulders, through your arms, after that nice long plank. And then on our inhale, we'll rise up, lift that chest up halfway. Take a little bend back into the knees to bring the weight into the heels, and inhale, root to rise all the way up to stand. Beautiful. From here, we're going to take that full sun salutation down and through. Big exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. And if Lindsay comes in, we'll just let her pop back in here. Step back into your plank. Once again, we're in that plank position, but this time we're gonna chaturanga. Lower yourself down to the ground. You're gonna lose me just slightly. And then inhale, lift up through your chest. Beautiful. Pause here into that upward facing dog or cobra. So quads on the ground is cobra, quads lifted is up dog. On the exhale, press back into downward facing dog. Nice. Take a couple of breaths here in downward facing dog. We're going to take a little down dog march here. So allow the heels to lift, the knees to bend, coming into crouching tiger. And as we inhale, we'll bring right knee to right elbow and then press it back into crouching tiger. And then just switch that out right there, going into the left. We'll march that out a few times. Right, getting a lot of that upper body. I know Lindsay's working on upper body strength, so this will get you some nice upper body strength in here. I'm just checking my screen. I'm on my iPad, so I'm not in my regular setup, but it looks like everybody can see me and hear me. Give me one more time each way. Marching in and out, and in and out. From there, press back, downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg rises high to the sky. As you exhale, we'll pull right knee in towards nose, step it through, rise up into our lunge. Sink back down into a nice low lunge. Take an inhale. As you exhale, let the arms come open, the chest lift and open. Now, I don't really know what Lindsay had planned. I know she was working some upper body, so I'll try to put some of that in here with you, but we'll at least get something going on here. Take that big stretch and then reach the arms, just really reach the fingers out wide. Feel that stretch back down and through the shoulders. And then raise the hands all the way back overhead. Exhale, plant the hands down into the ground. Step back into your plank. And we'll take that chaturanga down and through again. Coming up and through cobra and pressing back into downward facing dog. We'll take that move through the other side. So big inhale, left leg rises. Exhale, knee to nose, step it through. Come on up into your lunge. Nice. And then once again, open goalpost arms. Start with goalpost arms, big chest is open right there. Nice. Hang on right there. I'm just going to turn my camera on or my phone on so I can keep track on time as well. And then let those arms reach out, open out, lengthening. Nice. And then inhale, arms rise up. On our exhale, once again, plant those hands down, step back into the plank, take that chaturanga down and through. Exhale into your downward facing dog. From here, when we bring our feet forward, whether we walk, we step, or we hop, we're gonna take the feet out wide. So the feet are gonna land outside our hands, just lightly outside your hips. I'm gonna turn sideways here so you get a little side view. So if you were sideways on your mat, your feet are off the mat. Lift your chest halfway, bring your hands down underneath your shoulders, spread your fingers out nice and wide. So I know I heard Lindsay say working towards like handstand. So we're gonna do a little bit of that prep work here. We're not gonna come all the way into handstand, but with hands underneath the shoulders, take the pads of the fingers, press out into the pads of the fingers, gripping into your mat. Then pull the navel into the spine as if you were rounding up like a cat and begin to lift up onto the balls of the feet, maybe even the tippy toes of your feet, as if you were gonna press up to handstand. Now, if anybody has that, you're of course welcome to take it. But really what we're working on is that movement in the abdominal muscles. Pull the navel to the spine, pressing the earth away. Your gaze is right down at your thumbs. Feel all that work in your hands as if you're trying to press the floor away from you. Take an inhale. On the exhale, let that weight come back into your heels. Pull your heels in so toes are turned out and sink down into Malasana. So knees come out. We bring our hands up to our heart. Get a little break in our arms and this nice deep Malasana stretch here for just a couple of breaths. Nice. Beautiful. And then from here, let the hands come down to the ground, lifting all the way up. Walk the feet in underneath the hips. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, sink down into your glutes and inhale, root to rise all the way up to stand. As we exhale, hold those hands back down. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, plant your hands down, step back, take your chaturanga down and through, meeting a downward facing dog. Nice. Now from downward facing dog, we're gonna work our dolphin a little bit. So again, working that upper body strength in a little bit different position. So from downward facing dog here, we're gonna lower down onto forearm, forearm. So now your forearms are in the ground. When your forearms are on the ground, I want your arms parallel to each other. So sometimes we wanna like reach and grasp our hands together. It makes the position a little bit easier. I want you to think about your arms being parallel to each other, forearms pressed into the ground. Then from here, just take a few steps of your feet forward if you can. Pressing the forearms into the ground. Press your shoulder blades back a little bit and try to squeeze your shoulder blades up your back. Next, take an inhale. On the exhale, we're just gonna walk our feet out long, coming into forearm plank. I know that's not the best view of me there. On your forearms into forearm plank, hug your navel into your spine, gently tuck your tailbone under you. Again, lots and lots of strength here. Just moving slowly, working the power of the upper body strength. From here, we're gonna rise up to plank, come onto hand, and press back downward facing dog. Now giving those arms a little bit of a break, let's inhale, right leg rises. Exhale, knee to nose, step it through. Inhale, rise up, lunge. Woo. And on our exhale, open up, warrior two. Sinking down into your front right knee, reaching out long through the arms. So we're working that strength in the arms here. We're just reaching them long. Inhale, reaching forward, flip that right palm up. Exhale, take a nice reverse of your warrior. Reach the right hand back over the body. That nice stretch through your rib cage. I don't know about you, but I can feel right between my shoulder blades just burning from all the planking. And then from here, we'll bring our right arm forward, let it rest gently on our right thigh. Reach our left arm forward. Feel that stretch through the left rib cage. And then imagine, bring your right arm forward as well. Imagine yourself holding a big beach ball. So right here, reaching long, beautiful. Hold on. Yeah, Lindsay's like her internet totally crashed. No worries, we gotcha. And from here, we'll rise up all the way back up to warrior three. I don't always get to come to this class, so it was meant to be that I came today. Let's take that left hand up and over. Plant those hands down, step back into your plank, and you guessed it, chaturanga down and through. Nice. So once again, we're gonna work that strength of the upper body here before coming into the other side. So we're starting here in our down dog. We're gonna lower down to dolphin. If you remember which arm went first last time, maybe try to take the second arm first this time. You come down onto your forearm, forearm to forearm, pressing the entire forearm into the earth. So you can walk your toes just a little bit closer to your elbows. You gotta really pull up through your abs and press into your forearms. Take an inhale. As you exhale, let yourself walk the feet back, coming into forearm plank. I think that's a lot of upper body strength right there. Then from our forearm plank, we'll rise back up to basic plank and press back into our downward facing dog. This time we'll inhale, left leg will rise. Exhale, knee to nose, step it through. And inhale, rise up, lunge. Beautiful. We'll open into our warrior two on this side. Nice, sinking down, reaching through the fingers. Nice, inhale, reaching, open the left palm, exhale, reverse. Nice, so all that nice opening through the left rib cage. And then as we come forward, start by resting the left forearm, reach the right arm forward. Nice extended side angle. And then bring that core strength in by reaching the left arm forward as well. Holding this big beach ball. Nice. Visualize yourself squeezing the beach ball. Squeeze it. Beautiful. And then rise up, right arm comes up into our warrior two. And on our exhale, right arm comes down and around. Plant your hands, step back. Take that vinyasa down and through. Oh, lots of strength right there into our downward facing dog. On our inhale, little bend of the knees, shift of the gaze, walk, step, or float. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, let the glutes sink down, they hold down. Inhale, arms rise up, Utkatasana chair pose. Now, since we are working a little arm strength, some of you might not be ready for this point yet, but I thought, why not? Let's introduce it. We're gonna play with crow here a little bit. So from our chair, folding forward, you're gonna plant your hands down on the ground. I'm gonna move my screen so you can really see what's going on with my lower body, and then I'll take it back up in a minute. So we're gonna plant our hands down on the ground. Fingers are spread nice and wide. Grip the ground. Pull the elbows in together. See how the shoulder blades kind of contract. It's really down the back, but it looks up the back in this position. And then bring the shins onto the triceps. All right, now right here, this may be your crow. My toes are on the ground, so I have that work of balance. What I don't want to do is tuck my head and look behind me, because then I'm going to do a roll forward. I want to gently look forward towards the edge of my mat. Maybe play with lifting one toe and then switch to the other foot. Maybe with both. Finding that balance, right? You can come back and forth out of this a few times. Just playing around a little bit with it. Maybe my toes don't lift off the floor at all. That's also totally okay. And then when I'm ready, some of you might be able to hop back into your chaturanga. Some of you might want to step back. Woo! And we'll press back into that downward facing dog. Take a couple of breaths there in down dog. Nice work, my friends. Ooh, that was awesome. From our downward facing dog, let's inhale right leg into the air. And let that right leg open up over the left. You can bend and straighten your right leg a few times, roll your ankle around. A nice hip flexor stretch. Again, a lot of work here into our arms. And we'll just switch that out. Drop the right leg, lift the left. Get that stretch through the belly, through the hip flexor. Roll the ankle, straighten the knee a couple of times. And then come back into your basic downward facing dog. From here, we'll come forward into plank. Just finishing up, kind of some arm power here as we get ready for peace. Into forearm plank. We're going to take our heels out wide, our feet out wide. Let the heels drop to the right, and the left arm comes up, right? We were here at the beginning of class, and you had your bottom knee down. You can keep that bottom right knee down, or you can lift it up this time. And we're going to see if we can lift our top left leg. A little balancing side plank. Remember, right knee can be up or down. Now, taking this top left knee, bend it, and step the left foot behind the right. Lift and open the chest, coming into wild leg. Oh, lots of arm work there. I know you were so ready for peace. Oh, from here, come on back into your basic plank. So we're just going to take that the other side. Heels out wide. Let the heels fall to the left. Right arm comes up. Now, left knee can be down or left knee can be up. And then maybe we work on lifting the top right leg this time. Nice. From there, we'll step the foot behind and lift and open the chest into wild leg. Nicely done, my friends. Come back into your basic plank. Let's take 2 complete breaths right here in plank. Inhaling and exhaling. One more time, inhale. As you exhale, hug the ribs, the elbows into the ribs, chaturanga down to the ground. Inhale, lift up through your cobra. Exhale, press back into your downward facing dog. And allow your knees to come out wide onto the ground and set back into your child's pose. We have done it, my friends. We are working towards peace. We are going to get some nice arm stretching here. And bring my camera and video down. Just enjoy a couple of breaths there in child's pose. I'm just going to let Lindsay know that all is okay. I think Christine is here too, so I'm sure she let her know. Let her know that we did work some arms. 1 or 2 more breaths right here. Nice. And then from your child's pose, we're just going to come out onto our belly, coming all the way down onto our belly. And we're going to work a little deeper stretching into our arms. I'm going to turn forward so you can see me. We'll take our right arm out to the side. Left hand comes underneath your shoulder. We'll use that left hand to just press this over onto our side. And then your left leg can reach back behind you if you like. Nice. And then what we want to try to do is just keep, so we do this, if you come to yin with me, we do this a lot in yin and we get this pillow and we stay here like forever. Great. We're not going to be here that long in this class, but I do want you to think about your ear, your right ear just being parallel over the ground. And so you're gazing out over your floor to your left. Now, if you wanted a little deeper stretch, you could take your left arm and reach it back behind you also. And it can just hang in space or it can actually fold behind the back. Nice. I'll take a few breaths here. I want to get some nice arm stretching since we did so much work on the arms. Take another breath or two. And then if you took your left arm behind you, go ahead and bring that forward underneath your shoulder. If your left leg is behind you, go ahead and let it release, rolling onto the belly. And then from here, we'll pull the right hand in, lengthen the left arm out and press onto the left side. And then maybe take the leg, maybe take the arm. Completely up to you on how much you take there, and enjoy some nice open stretching on that other side. Nice, hang out right there. Now I'm used to when I teach peace and power, it starts at the 05 and this one did not start at the 05. So I probably cheated you a little bit on peace today, but we do still have a few minutes to go. Nice. And then from there, we'll just gently roll back onto our belly, press up onto your knees, and then we'll come onto our back. So I like to just kind of cross my ankles behind me and roll down onto your back. And then we'll get a little counter stretch through the arms here on our back. So taking your right arm across the chest and just hug it in. And your knees can be bent like mine are, or maybe you want to take a little butterfly and just enjoy some hip opening as well. And then we'll counter stretch of pulling the right arm across the chest. And then we'll bring the right arm up by the ear, gently lift your head and reach down and pat yourself on the back with your right fingertips. And then maybe allow your head to rest back down onto the arm. And your left arm can kind of brace above your head. So it's that tricep stretch, but we're doing it on our back. So it feels a little more releasing maybe than the typical tricep stretch. A couple more breaths here and then we'll get that other side. And then we'll gently lift our head up, remove our arms, place our head back down and take the left arm across the chest. So this whole place, your legs can be wherever they want, nice and long, in butterfly, or feet on the floor, knees bent. And then gently lifting the head up here, reach the left arm up by the ear, reach down, pat yourself on the back. Right, your right arm can just kind of embrace that. And then try to release your head down, resting somewhere along your wrist, your forearm. Take a couple of more breaths here. And then gently releasing, allow your arms to come down to your side, your legs to lengthen out long into that Shavasana position. I think we have about a minute maybe here officially. Of course, as always, I invite you to stay as long as you like. Thank you all so much for your patience when technology goes
crazy and you get a different teacher midway through class. The love and light in me honors the love and light in you. I hope you have a beautiful day. Namaste, my friends. Oh, and I think everybody's going to have to log out on their own because I'm not officially the host. So I'm not sure what happens when I log out. So sorry if you're like totally enjoying your Shavasana. Feel free, stay there as long as you want. But I'm not sure what happens on the log out when I say leave. So thank you all. Bye, everyone.